Yo, Dragon Ballers, quick break in the video to give a huge shout out to PPG, who is going above and beyond to make our organized play season the best that it can possibly be. I'm here on the PPG event management website. I'm going to link this down in the description, so all you have to do to sign up for any of these events is go down to that link. But anyways, real quick, we have MomoCon at the end of May, where there is a guaranteed case tournament for Dragon Ball Super. Next up is the Origins event, which is a huge one, guys. They have events going from Wednesday to Saturday. Practically every single day of the con, you can play a Dragon Ball Super event among other card games. It's going to be an absolutely incredible time. Next up after that, we have an event in Denver, which is for the Pro Play Tour organized season. Not only are you playing for an invite to the Pro Play Invitational, but you're also playing for $2,000 guaranteed. And if you want to, guys, there is also a Team War event in that same weekend, and Team War is one of the best formats to play. If you haven't played a tournament with your friends, you absolutely have to do it. And then finally, an event that I know for sure that I'll be attending is the Too Many Games convention in Philadelphia. This is actually a regional for the regular Dragon Ball Super organized play season. So again, guys, super huge shout out to PPG. Secondly, this website is so awesomely laid out. All you have to do is go to this website. All these different tabs here will take you to the events you want to sign up for. I hope to see you guys there. Let's get back into the video. Yo, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another deck profile. Today we're here at Most Excellent Games in Connecticut. Had an excellent Team Wars tournament. We're here with Danny and Chris, my two teammates for today. We came in first place. We won these awesome signature cards. It's such a cool tournament where these were the prizing for first place. Such an awesome tournament. Shout out to Caesar, shout out to Most Excellent for hosting this awesome tournament. So real quick, I played King Piccolo, boring. I wanted to play it before I got banned. Chris played S4 Vegeta, he absolutely hard carried. And also Danny played a new deck. Danny played the brand new Cell deck. So Danny, you're gonna walk us through the Cell deck, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. As best as he can. It took him a little bit to learn it, but it's a pretty good deck. All right, so why don't you go through the leader?
So first off, I picked this up. I played 2 games before, but I watched our teammate Matt Bavarnik played a bunch, and I was like, this is really dumb and the kind of degenerate stuff I want to be doing to people.
Shout out to Matt. I think we took his list and then just like added 1 card.
Yeah, we changed like 1 card. So yeah, this is Reboot Cell Leader. Quick explanation of the effect: you bottom tuck an android underneath the leader, and you get the KO 3 or less and draw a card. You don't plus, but you awaken really fast. You KO everything. Barrier does give you trouble, but everything else just gets, like, boards just get emptied all the time. It's pretty broken. And then you awaken when you have 3 or less, or 3 underneath your leader.
Yep.
And then on this side, you swing, place the android underneath, draw 2. You draw a ton in this deck. I love how much it draws, actually. It's
cycle like crazy.
Yep. And then the other activate main, you take 2 from underneath, put it in your drop, and get crit, KO a card, and get 5k. There's too much stuff there.
Too much text in this leader.
It's too good.
It's really good. And the cool thing about this deck too is like you can buy just 2 structure decks and have most of it. So
yeah, exactly.
That's really cool.
So let's get right into the deck. Move these down a little. So, of course, you got to play the big engine, 4 of each cell. So this one gets played if you have a Unison and they have no battle cards. Very easy to do when you're KOing everything with your leader. And then this one is played when you KO something. So it's just like they get played like crazy. And it's totally fine to just play it for 1, because you need to start playing your Union Absorbs. And big thing to remember is like each Union Absorb limit 1 is separate. So sometimes I go into a 4-drop with this one, and then I can go to another 4-drop with this one. So yep, put them right here. And then more engine cards, 17, 18, 17, 18. So these are definitely your turn 1 plays. You definitely want to get one of these because they get, after you play them, you pretty much draw a card or look top 5, and then you can tuck it under the leader, and it works out because you activate leader turn 1, you get 1. This puts another one, that's 2. Turn 2, you want to awaken turn 2 every time pretty much, because that's when you plus the hardest and you get to start abusing your awaken side. This one barely comes up. If they do play it, this is so plus because it's a 10k crit and you draw a card. It's pretty disgusting, but that barely comes up against players that are playing correctly. Most of the time it's just both. It's 17 and 18, so you gotta play it. So let's put these right here. All right, and then into the cells, we put 4 of the 4-drop, 4 of the 8-drop, 3 of the 8-drop. I can't talk today. Can't count either. So these are the only 2 that we want to go into. It's just This draws a ton combined with the Vegito Unison. You draw 2 when you play it. It's actually feels so unfair how much you're plussing sometimes. Like pretty much every turn you want to be going to the 4-drop as much as possible.
Yeah, for a green deck, you're not like a super hardcore hand control deck, but I mean, there is a nasty play we'll talk about later. But
yep.
Yeah.
And then 8-drop is nuts. You could activate battle on your turn, their turn. It protects itself. It's blocker. This almost gives
revenge with the unison.
No,
it
only
doesn't.
green cards.
It doesn't get revenge.
But this thing swings so much, like
Yeah.
it's almost like you're a green aggro deck. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but you can also play super defensively. Combined with Dormant, this gives me like Forbidden Power and Machika Bora vibes, where you Dormant, block, and then the next
Restand
attack.
it, block again.
Yeah, you can restand it, block again. It's crazy. It saves itself. It's so good. There's so much pressure with no investment. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, for 1 energy, you go through your whole chain basically.
yeah, exactly.
And you draw a bunch of cards.
Yep. So next, the Vegito Unison I was mentioning. It's great with this deck. The Union Absorb, draw 2 right here. The +2 never comes up. You never actually get to do any revenge, but the -7 is extremely threatening. Combined with our play later on. If you guys, 3 is the magic number. If you don't know yet, it's perfect for sell, and you get to look at a life. Sometimes I can't even, I don't perfect force sell, but I -7 plus sell Xeno on turn 5, and you know they dish 6 cards and lost a life, and they're in trouble. So 4 charismatic, just KOing more cards, fighting against Fate Killer, even though it's
Getting banned in a minute.
Getting banned in a minute, but you gotta play. It's too good. Turn 2, you have plenty of markers. So this super combo.
Yeah, so why this over Paragus? People are gonna ask that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think Paragus might still be good, but like you do have for one, obviously, bottom decking the 4-drop because you only draw when you play from the deck. But there's also another point. There's you get a lot of 10k sometimes or useless cards that aren't 5ks that you want to bottom deck. So still solid.
Yeah, putting the cells in the deck is definitely most important. Yeah.
All right, on to the Dormant.
You're welcome for the swag.
Yeah, sexy winners.
They're pretty.
They're pretty. It works perfectly with the like I was mentioning before with the 8-drop cell. You could Dormant, block, insane. You know, it's the best floodgate in the game technically, really. And Vegito Unison has a ton of markers, so dormanting and blocking is just key to keep this Vegito at high markers and keeping yourself alive too. And then 3 homicidal clones. Your leader awakens, go down to 5 life.
Perfect.
This brings you to 4.
So perfect.
It's perfect. Every leader that does that is you gotta play 3 of the blocker negate. All right, on to the fun play where things start getting degenerate.
Big fun.
Big fun. Wretched Regeneration. You could play 7 or 8 or sell Xeno from under your leader. That also means the secret rare, but most of the time you're playing perfect force cell. You line it up. If you get to turn 5, you usually just win instantly pretty much. That was like kind of my goal sometimes. Like against Sin Shenron, it was a rough matchup, but my whole plan was just to get to turn 5 and dump their hand to 0. And so you could drop them down to 3. Vegito Unison drops them 3. Cell Xeno drops them 3.
Yeah, so you can take away their entire hand most of the time, like
Yep.
as long as you get there with no problems.
And I love uninteractable wins.
Yeah, you love that.
It's awesome. All right, on to the 1-drops. Dr. Zero. We play this over Champa. It's a name for adding with Android 17. You could tuck on a new leader if you really need to. I never did that, but you could also, the broken play, you put it with the 8-drop. It keeps the double strike and the plus 5k, so that's 30k double strike, 25k double strike.
Yeah, this is for the turn on like Champa, so that's why it's a really big deal in this deck.
And then our 1-up spice.
This card's OP, man.
So we read this. If you have a 4 or more cell, right? 4 or more cell on your board, you can play this for free, and this rest mode's any.
When your opponent has 4 more energy.
Yeah, 4 or more energy, and you have a cell on board. I'm reading the card real quick. 8 or more. Yes, energy costs 4 or more cells, so it's even the smaller cell, but you get to tap anything. You can tap unisons, you can tap energy, Unison's relevant because I was playing against Chikabura.
A lot of blocker Unisons.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a spicy one of. It didn't come up much for Danny, but I think it's broken as a one up to play in this deck.
It sounds extremely broken. It's like Final Spirit Cannon in Mecha.
Yes.
It's insane, right?
You're always gonna have 8-drop cell on board.
Yeah,
always.
exactly. It didn't really come up. That's pretty late. People tap out a lot. I don't know, or they untap. And then Cell Xeno. Playing a Cell deck, we gotta play Cell Xeno.
Yeah, so again, really cool thing. This deck is just pretty much entirely built with just 2 of the structure decks. Again, a few cards here and there that you can grab for pretty cheap.
Yep.
Really good budget deck. Let's go into your sideboard real quick, Danny. Worth mentioning though, this deck is very, very hard to side deck because so much of the engine is vital. Like you can side out maybe a Dormant if the matchup calls for it, maybe a Homicidal Clones, maybe a Charismatic Villain, but it is very hard to side deck. But
yeah, I actually sided out the Goku once.
Toxic. The best card in the deck.
The best card in the deck. Sorry, I side out Charismatic sometimes. Against Sin Shenron, it actually barely came up. Like most of their stuff is 8 or more, right? So into the side, Champa destroys. I didn't play it, but the idea is against aggro. It's good defense. Bigamore, this actually came in against Sin Shenron. I didn't get to use it, but the idea is, you stop them. It's a better Dormant. All their stuff is too big. 2 Vegeta Unisons. I'm not sure if I liked it that much. It's pretty late game play, and you don't really want to be tapping out. You could probably tap on 4, but like Vegito Unisons is nuts.
Yeah.
So this might just come out.
Yeah, but we want to figure out a way to deal with barriers. So maybe there's some other battle cards we can look at.
Yeah, and then more Unisons. Bardock, the idea is Android 16. We'd have to test it. I don't know yet.
Yeah, probably most rival decks probably pretty good.
Yeah. Koitsukai, King Piccolo's broken. You gotta...
For a couple more tournaments at least.
Yeah. 2 Deborahs against hand control. If we might need it. I didn't run into hand control. Focus Breakthrough, this actually came up against Videl, against U7 Red.
Yeah, that card actually stomps this deck pretty hard because the 8-drop has like incredible protection except minusing. Minusing is the only thing it can't survive.
Yep.
But all right, that is the deck in a very ample time. I really appreciate it, Danny. Danny can talk for a long time. But anyways, Danny, any shout outs you want to throw out there?
Shout out to, again, our team, Crossworld CGG. Matt Varnick gave me the whole deck. I watched him play. He kind of taught me how to play a little bit. Shout out to my teammates, Joey and Chris right here. We did awesome. We won some sweet cards. Shout out to our sponsors, Mystic TCG and DBS Deck Planet. Best deck builder out there. Use it all the time. And shout out to Most Excellent. Great tournament. Shout out to Caesar. Great prizing.
Absolutely. All right, guys. See you next time. Yo, Dragon Ballers. I want to say thank you guys for watching the video. I really, really appreciate it. If you liked the video, definitely consider dropping a like. Really does help me out, and maybe consider watching the next video, which should be on the screen right here. Yeah.
Wait, do you 6 good yet?
No, Chris, not yet.
All right, I'll see you next set.
All right.